Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening for wherever you're listening to. My name is Adi Damola Emmanuel. As always, this is Real Talk with Data podcast. Today will just be freestyling. Freestyling. When I mean freestyling, I'm not saying that we're not talking about anything, but freestyling in the aspect of expectation, right? As in someone that wants to get married, or someone that needs to get pre-marital counseling, or managing wedding planning and stress, that kind of thing. That's what I mean when I say freestyling. And why do I say freestyling? Because you don't need to put so much pressure on anything, especially when you're getting married, when you're planning, when you're engaged, right? And the problem is most times we set high expectations, especially, okay, when I get married, the problem of my life will be solved. Excuse me, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Things will happen. That's why it's very important that before you get married, you go for premarital counseling. You know when to talk to me if you want counseling. You always know you can reach out to Real Talk with Data, right? On my podcast, there's the link in the bio, and then we can talk about it. But what am I saying? It's important that you go for premarital counseling when you want to get married, if you know that you're seeing some things that you're not comfortable with and you need to talk through. Most times the marriages that end in divorce would have been saved if there was premarital counseling, because then you can notice that this is what is going on, and then you can actually nip it in the bud right there and then and on time. And if you know it's not something you can work with for the rest of your life, then you would not even bother going into it, right? But you see, sometimes we look at it and then we just think it doesn't matter, and then we move on into the marriage, and then it ends in divorce. We've seen divorces of 2 weeks, we've seen divorces of even 10 years, right? But the only reason why it has stayed to that is because somebody has decided to overlook it, and at some point you get to a certain age and you say, no, I can't take this anymore, and then you walk away. But this can actually be nips in the bud if you actually go for premarital counseling. And then what about the stress that you put on yourself, especially when you're planning, or the expectation when you expect that everything will just fall in place suddenly. You forget that you guys are coming from different background. This person is from different background, and you're also from a different background. So at the initial stage, you know what you call this forming, you call norming, you call storming, and then everybody now gets to know each other and understands each other better. So that's what I'm saying today. Like, these are the things that actually cause a breakup. When you put pressure on yourself, you expect too much. It's just like, relocating, right? Sometimes we expect so much out of relocation, and then when you get there and things are not falling in place just like you have expected it to be, then you now start regretting or something. It's just like, but marriage is also like the same thing, in the sense that you have so much high expectation, and then the expectations now starts when the scale, they say, falls off your eyes, then you start thinking, is this what I actually signed up for and all that. I'm not saying you should not look forward to getting married. I'm only saying that you should make your expectation realistic, right? You should make your expectation realistic, because we are talking about two individuals coming from different backgrounds. You guys are, you have not lived together. So all the we see each other once in a while, and we talk and all that. It's still not the same thing as when you guys actually start living together. So manage your expectations, right? Manage your expectations. There's this book called I think Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got Married. I think it's Gary Chapman. If you need to read it, then you could get a lot of advice from it. I mean, just go over it and read it before you get married. Things I wish I knew. They're so funny. Something as little as when someone goes into the bathroom and then the person uses the toothpaste and presses it from the middle. Things like that can get someone else angry. But if you have read the book and your expectation is normal, you won't make everything hard. And you cannot afford to be selfish. I've said it before, time and again, that you can't afford to be selfish when you are in your marriage. When you're in a marriage, when two are one, then there's no selfishness anymore. You guys have to be selfless. That's about all I have to say today. Take time out to read the book. Take time out to just sieve what you think you need to sieve out, and take time out to just, I'm not saying lower your expectation, but have realistic expectation. And don't put pressure on yourself. Marriage is supposed to be enjoyed. It is sweet when you meet the sweet person and when God is your rock. A threefold cord can never be broken. Thank you. This is where I draw the curtains. Remember, I am always minding my Father's business. Bye for now. I'll talk to you soon.